Just a couple comments from me before I open it up. I thought what I told the players just a little bit ago, I was pleased with, when I say the week, the preparation, the joint practice, and then the energy tonight. That's a start. That's half the battle when you play this game. And I thought there were a lot of positives. Now, we had enough penalties for 3 games, and we've got to get a lot of that cleaned up. We'll see the tape. They'll come in here tomorrow, but I liked how we played relative to the effort. There'll be a number of things we look at on tape and we're happy with, and there'll be some things that obviously we have to get cleaned up. So, any questions?
Hey, Sean, has Bo Nix done enough to win the starting quarterback job in your view?
Well, listen, he's played well. I'm not announcing any starting quarterback tonight, or I'll let you guys know when the time comes. But I thought he played well. The one penalty, which was, right on the line, it was tough. It was good. It was pretty heads-up play. He did a good job at the line of scrimmage with some checks. You feel his comfort level as he continues to get used to the calls coming in, and you kind of feel the poise when he's playing, and the other two the same way. I said this last week. I like the room. So their job is to lead their offense down the field and score points, and they all had touchdown drives. But I thought he was sharp. Obviously, I think he was 8 for 9, and he does a good job of distributing the football, understanding the zones, man-to-man, and what coverage concepts we're getting. But overall, I was pleased.
Yeah, Sean, you seem to have a plan for bringing Bo along. Has it gone pretty much according to the script?
I don't know that I laid out a script. I mean, look, we're trying to develop and teach and coach, and we're trying to, give these guys stuff they do well. I think part of our job is to understand their strengths and then try to build upon them. And so I think he's done a good job of working, digesting it, and really, heading into the game, looking at the game plan. All 3 of them kind of, dot the plays they really highlight. I've got a call sheet, and I had a couple different sets of sheets depending on what quarterback was in, just to get to some of the stuff that they really like. But it's going well. We're not there yet.
Coach, you told Kay Adams the band still has to play a couple more times, using that metaphor, knowing it's not done yet. How's the band sounding? How are things progressing?
Listen, this is all right. Putting the cap on the Bo questions right here. The band sounds pretty good. I'm not dancing. Listen, there are a lot of things we did well as a team. All right, I'm not announcing a starter, and I told you I'll get with you when we do.
Sean, how challenging, or what kind of challenge does it present when a team doesn't play their starters to measure your guys?
Look, we can't control that. So, we were able to control it on Friday when they did. And so we've got to worry about our team and what our plan was. Our plan after the practice that we had, and I felt like a month ago I had an idea, and that changed after we finished because we got a lot of reps on Friday. So we kind of stuck to last week's pitch count, if you will. Like normally, that second preseason game, I'd like to get, in the high 20s with the ones, and I think we were short of that. But I felt like we certainly had plenty of snaps on Friday. Matt didn't start his players, I get it, but we did. So,
Coach Tim Patrick got back in the end zone for the first time in a couple of years.
1,000 days? Is that what they were saying?
I think so. Just what did you see from him tonight, and can you just kind of speak to the progress he's made since he's been here?
Yeah, look, players were excited in there for him. He had a big smile on his face. When you both he and Griffin, when you have an injury for a year, and Quinn Bailey's one, when you have one of those injuries, it's quiet, it's lonely, everything goes on, it's difficult. But when you have it for 2, you can really go back historically and then try to find players that have been out for 2 years. And, you know, it's tough. That's a long time in this sport. And so when he has a moment like that, or when he has a practice where you see him, you know, getting back to form, it's encouraging.
Sean, I know you'll need to look at the tape, but it looked like another active night for Jonah Ellis. What's impressed you so far about his development?
Yeah, look, I like his energy. I think they called the one roughing on him. I kind of saw that, and that's a tough call. But he has a counter move. He's someone that it's not just, you know, one rush plan. He plays with passion, and again, I'm encouraged with the rookie class. A number of these guys have a chance to contribute, and we'll just keep working with him. But it's good to see his progress. He got a lot of snaps tonight.
Sean, you've had a lot of eyes on the offense for obvious reasons, but defensively, this is a good week going back to Fridays.
Yeah, I would agree. Look, we played the run well at Indy, and then we came back off that game, and now there were a lot of good things in that joint practice. And look, if you look closely at it, Green Bay makes some plays as well. We finished in a real good fashion in that 2-minute drill. You know, we're just, you know, kind of stacking these practices and building confidence. And so we had 2 takeaways. I think we scored 10 points off of them. We didn't win the penalty battle. We won the turnover battle. Yeah, I'm encouraged.
Sean, for the second straight game, you started Cody Barton, and then a cornerback, Riley Moss, got the start. How does the competition stand at those 2 defensive
Pretty
positions?
tight. Those guys are working back and forth. You know, all of those guys are getting reps. And so, you know, we'll look at tonight's tape. We'll see how we're going to roll it next week relative to those specific positions, and then prepare for what we want to do against Arizona.
Sure, you've talked about your youth at safety. Just what have you seen, not only, you know, tonight, but through camp from some of those guys like, you know, Kedron Smith, Devon?
Yeah, and look, you get snaps. You know, you have one guy goes down, and then all of a sudden you have a chance to develop some others. And so, you know, you mentioned Smith and Key, and they're getting a lot of playing time, and it's hard to simulate, you know, these game day opportunities. Friday's practice is a good way to simulate it, but it's hard for us to create that on a daily basis. And I think it's part of developing a young team, you know, getting them playing time, not being afraid to put them out there and make the corrections. And there's just an energy about this group that's positive.
You talk about winning at the line of scrimmage, being tough. What progress are you seeing from the run game offensively? It looks like it's setting up some other stuff.
Yeah,
for you.
look, I thought it was good at times tonight. We have a 38-yard run called back because of a penalty, and you know, I want to look at the tape. We had, like I said at the onset, you know, far too many fouls. So they set you back. You know, they take yards off your numbers, but more importantly, they also take away field position. But one of the points, or one of the things I wanted to see tonight is offensively, I wanted to see how we were doing that way. And I thought it was a little inconsistent, but obviously I felt like we ran it a lot better than they did.
Coach, you've mentioned the penalties multiple times now. How do you fix that? How do you coach that out of the team?
Well, look, it's discipline. Part of it is tolerance. You know, it's that old saying, if it keeps repeating itself, then are we allowing it? And so sometimes we can get in the habit in practice where someone lines up offside, someone is grabbing a jersey, and if we're not correcting it, or somebody is then it's that much easier for that, you know, for that to occur in a game. So, you know, we'll have a chance to look at the tape and then, you know, really look at the calls and evaluate them. But we were able to overcome that, and you know, I thought the kicking game played well. I thought overall we played well. Yeah. Anything else? All right, thank you guys.